Hi and Assalamualaikum. Greetings to our lecturer Dr. Jamila. Today we are from group 6 and we are going to present to you our finding of does caffeine consumption affect reaction time. First and foremost, I would like to introduce to you our group members. First we have Najiha, next is myself Nurin Hanani, and I'm Batrisha, and lastly Atika Maidia. The introduction to our study is the aim to investigate whether caffeine consumption has significant effect on reaction time among young adults. Although caffeine is known to improve cognitive performance, its actual effect on reaction time may differ between individuals and therefore needs to be tested through empirical research. Statistical hypothesis testing is used to determine whether there is a significant difference in mean reaction times between individuals who consume caffeine and those who do not consume caffeine. These results are expected to provide a clearer understanding of the cognitive effects of caffeine and help in making decisions about its use in situations that require quick responses and high alerts, such as our daily activity, such as studying, doing our work, driving, and more that we do on our daily tasks. The objective of this study is to compare reaction times between the individual who consume caffeine and those who do not, to determine whether there is a statistical significant difference in mean reaction times between the two groups.
Methodology. This study used the quantitative experimental method to investigate the effect of caffeine on the reaction time among the students. Participants that involved is 30 Utah and Pago students aged between 18 to 22 years old. The reaction time data were collected using online reaction time test human benchmark. Data were collected by each participant performed the reaction time 3 test times and the average was recorded to improve data accuracy. Next is result. In this study, we look at caffeine intake among participants, comparing drinkers and non-drinkers. The graph show each person intake with blue for drinkers and light blue for non-drinkers. Drinkers have an average of 318 per 50 with a standard deviation of 74.56, showing moderate and consistent intake, while non-drinkers average is 374.63 with a standard deviation of 173.83, showing more variation and less consistency. Overall, drinkers are steadier, while non-drinkers are more unpredictable. Moving on to hypothesis test. The calculated t-value of negative 0.88 is greater than the critical value of negative 1.6449, so failed to reject the HO. This means there is no significant difference in mean reaction time between the caffeine and the non-caffeine group. In other words, caffeine does not appear to have a noticeable effect on the reaction time in this study, and any small difference observed are more likely due to normal variation among individuals rather than a real effect.
In conclusion, for caffeine consumption, it significantly affects reaction time, and the test that we got is we rejected the null hypothesis. Its finding shows that daily habits can influence our performance and should be considered in effective study practice.